This is KCTV 5 News. It's your morning at 4:30 a.m.
It's one of the most environmentally friendly buildings in Kansas City, and its owners hope to spur more green construction just like it in the area. KCTV 5's Mark Boyle is live in downtown Kansas City with the details. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Matt. And for anybody that's driven by this J.E. Dunn building in downtown Kansas City, the old one, you know that there weren't very many windows. Not conducive to creative minds, not at all. But this new one is much different. In fact, it's now the gold standard for construction and green construction here throughout the metro area. This is the first LEED gold certified building in downtown Kansas City, and this new corporate headquarters is certainly impressive. The hardwood flooring is all reclaimed barnwood from rural Missouri. The HVAC systems are actually built in the flooring, not the ceiling, so it's much more efficient. If only our homes were built that way. Lighting, solar panels, and windows make the building extremely energy efficient, and it's also very easy to practice what they preach here as they show a lot of people around, give tours to a lot of not only construction executives, but also students. Now, this building is a big destination for those tours. CEO Terry Dunn says he wants employees to enjoy where they're spending their day so they can, in turn, go out and help construct more buildings like this one all across the country.
I want them to feel like they own the facilities they are in and that they understand that our cultures, our values are being driven in what we do and how we act and how we live.
Now, the lights you can see are off mostly throughout this building. They're about to come on at 5 o'clock. Why? Because they keep most of the lighting off at night. There are certain hours, unlike many buildings around Kansas City, where they have the lights on all night. That's also to conserve energy. There's so much to talk about with this building and how this is revolutionizing the construction industry with green energy. Coming up throughout the morning, we will have live interviews and talk with one of the experts here about exactly what makes this building so special here in Kansas City. Live in downtown Kansas City, Mark Boyle, KCTV 5 News.
This is KCTV 5 News. It's your morning at 5 a.m.
Going green. It's an idea that's steadily growing across the nation.
That's right, and one local building is making sure they're doing their part to become more eco-friendly. KCTV 5's Mark Boyle live from the J.E. Dunn building in Kansas City with more. And Mark, we like your green sweater this morning.
We are here at J.E. Dunn, downtown Kansas City. It's one of the greenest buildings in Kansas City. As you can see, the lights are on. They're all high efficiency. And this is exactly where people come through with the tours. You can see the signage everywhere of how this was built and really trying to educate a lot of the construction public as well as the general public how this building is built and what the future of green energy is. Part of that green energy is within the building, the water usage. We're here this morning with Jenny Bloomfield. You're the Sustainable Construction Manager here for J.E. Dunn. And the water is really an interesting piece here because the rainwater, gray water, it's all reused. How does the rainwater really be reused throughout this building?
Yeah, we try to harvest all of the storm water and rainwater from outside our patios and our the roof of the garage and the roof of the building. All that water gets stored in a storage tank, and then it gets reused to water the landscaping. And so then the internal workings of the building, we have a lot of reusable water within the building as well. Absolutely. We take the water from our showers and sinks and store that in another storage tank and reuse that to flush the toilets. So all in all, we save about 600 gallons a day of water. A lot of water usage. Then when you come to the cafeteria, a staggering percent of what's used in this building is recycled. Absolutely. About 86% of what comes out of this building is composted or recycled. All of our food waste from the cafeteria is composted. We have a pretty extensive recycling program in our building. Like you were saying, it's a little bit different than what you normally see. The recycle bin's bigger than the trash bin out back? Absolutely. We have a huge recycle dumpster, a very small trash dumpster, and it's usually the opposite of that. Okay. Thanks so much, Jenny. Appreciate it. We will be speaking with her all morning long. We'll also be showing you all the different features of this building that you very well may be seeing in future construction all around the metro. Much more coming up here in 30 minutes. Live in downtown Kansas City, Mark Boyle, KCTV 5 News.
Going green, it's an idea that's steadily growing across our nation.
And one local business is making sure they do their part to become more eco-friendly. KCTV 5's Mark Boyle is live from the J.E. Dunn building in downtown Kansas City with more. Good morning, Mark.
Well, you don't have to walk very far into this J.E. Dunn facility here, this new corporate headquarters, to see all of the gorgeous hardwood floor throughout this entire building. The other thing that you're going to notice, and a lot of people here, I'm told, think they're drains, are these vents in the floor. And to explain exactly what these are for is Jenny Bloomfield, the Sustainable Construction Manager here at J.E. Dunn. And Jenny, what are these? They're not drains, but they're more like vents, right?
They are. They're vents, and they're actually adjustable. We have our air distribution is underfloor, so the air comes up instead of being pushed from the ceiling down. And these are adjustable. We each have one at our workstation, so we can turn them on or off or partway in between.
So employee comfort, you can control exactly how it affects your work area. But what does that do for the overall efficiency of the building to have that? Because really underneath this floor, it's about a 12-inch area where all that stuff is typically in the ceiling is put in the floor.
Absolutely. We've got all of our cabling running under the floor, and the floor area is pressurized, and it's just a more efficient way to distribute the air going up instead of trying to have the air in the ceiling pushing down.
Is this really something that's used in so much construction now that J.E. Dunn is out building other buildings and trying to incorporate some of these exact principles?
Yeah, it's starting to become a very popular system because it keeps your ceilings clean and you don't have to put as much stuff in your ceiling if you have an exposed ceiling system like we do. Okay,
great. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We'll be checking in with her all morning long, and coming up here in the next half hour, we'll continue to take a tour through this facility and show you exactly what makes this the leading edge of construction these days. Live in downtown Kansas City, Mark Boyle, KCTV 5 News.
This is KCTV 5 News. It's your morning at 6 a.m.
It is one of the most environmentally friendly buildings in Kansas City, and its owner hopes to spur more green construction just like it in the area.
KCTV 5's Mark Boyle is live in downtown Kansas City with the details. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Matt, and it's a very highly efficient, that's for sure. You're going to be seeing a lot more of this type of construction with corporate buildings all around the area. You can really tell one of the most noticeable things here when you walk in is the lighting, not only the design, but how they've incorporated all of the high-efficiency lighting, whether it's the track lighting or the ceiling lighting, into the design here. To talk more about it, Jenny Bloomfield, you're the Sustainable Construction Manager here for J.E. Dunn. And really, what has J.E. Dunn done with this building in terms of trying to make the lighting the most efficient it can be?
Well, we've got the latest and greatest technology with the lighting. One of the best features of the lighting is that we shut everything off at night, so the building is essentially shut down and the lighting is off except for emergency lighting during the evening.
You also incorporate a lot of the outside light, although you can't see it this morning, but the old building hardly had any windows in it. This one, it's got plenty of windows.
Absolutely. Our old building, you couldn't tell if it was raining or snowing outside. In this building, we get a lot of natural light inside, which, you know, you can't tell right now, but during the day, we don't even really need the overhead lighting on. We get plenty of light.
Really offsets a lot of the carbon emissions that this building would have given off, and cuts down on the energy rate as well. Do you see a lot of customers for J.E. Dunn saying, look, do this in our building?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the reasons why we built this building was to use it as a teaching tool and to show potential clients and architects and designers some of the nice features that can be built.
We really do have a lot of tours coming through. We'll talk about that. Thank you so much, Jenny. Coming up here in 30 minutes, we will discuss exactly what makes this such a destination for tourist groups, everywhere from kids all the way up to corporate construction managers. So we'll have much more coming up in 30 minutes. Live here in downtown Kansas City, Mark Boyle, KCTV 5 News.
Well, it is one of the most environmentally friendly buildings in Kansas City, and its owners hope to spur more green construction just like it in the area.
That's right. KCTV 5's Mark Boyle live in downtown Kansas City this morning with all the details. Mark, you're going green yourself.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, one thing when J.E. Dunn built this building, they asked the employees, what do you want more of? And they said windows, because there weren't enough of the old building. Now they have plenty of windows like this all over, and you can really see how it's affecting the workspace. This is a conference room right in here with motion sensor lights, so the lights aren't on, but you can really see how that natural sunlight will filter right in there. A very energy efficient building, but there's also a roof on this building which really helps power a lot of the lights. That's exactly, I guess, what they were going for when they built this building. And now that with the solar panels, what does the solar panels and white roof do exactly?
Well, we have solar panels on the building, and they're helping power some of the building, but we also have a white roof, which helps to reflect the sunlight instead of absorbing it. So it stays cool and helps to not contribute to the heat island effect in the area.
Talk about the hardwood flooring, because it's really one thing that sticks out. You would think it's extremely expensive to maybe manufacture this kind of wood, but it's all reclaimed from Missouri barns.
Absolutely. This wood came from old barns in south central Missouri, and it was brought up here and refinished, but you can still see some of the imperfections in the wood, which it makes it a nice feature to look at.
It's a great addition, and this is the future. A lot of the features in this building. What are customers saying about building some of their buildings like this one?
Yeah, customers are really wanting to see materials that are coming locally, reclaimed materials, not just recycled materials, and water savings. Those are really big features that people want to see now.
A lot of projects going on right now where they come in here, they take the tour, and they say, we want this in our building.
Absolutely. We have a lot of that. We use our building for tours and show people some of the features, the water savings and the energy savings, and how we get to that point, and it's, it helps sell those features to other potential buildings.
It's good to know the construction industry is headed this direction and really thinking about it and making a big impact in Kansas City.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the construction industry is typically a little bit behind the architecture industry on green building, but we're definitely catching up.
Okay, Jenny Bloomfield, thank you so much for joining us this morning so early. We appreciate it, and we will have much more on our website. If you missed any of this from J.E. Dunn and the tour we took this morning on our website, kctv5.com. That's the very latest live down here in Kansas City. Mark Boyle, KCTV 5 News.